This poem is titled Passages to India, 1947. I wanted to write this poem because I believe that the independence of India and Pakistan was an extremely important development in world history, given that the world has been dominated by European-derived powers for the last 500 years. And I do think that it's important that we move towards a more democratic notion of power and power sharing on our world, on our globe, given all of the challenges we face health-wise and environmentally. So that's the inspiration for this poem. Passages to India, 1947. Rudyard Kipling was a skinflint poet with a skinny booklet of tinny schoolboy rhymes, including scrawny haikus scratched by a scraggly hand, but also laid open sonnets in long gone volumes besotted by opium, slurring anthems, paeans to imperial power at soothing, narcotizing volumes that preached to Winston Churchill the necessity of keeping Britain great by keeping India a brown waste, W-A-S-T-E, white, Anglo-Saxon, terrorized, exploited province. The Brits were as fickle as gods out of the abominable Vatican, that's Whitehall. The tweedy directors of finances in reedy continents finding relevance in shrimps cut down to size, headless, tailless, plus unfailing gin and cucumber and quinine cocktails to spritz up every capital enterprise, and were wantons in their walled-off cantons adjacent to Indian urbanity, from whom they gleaned rice pudding and polo, and the poetry of the monsoon rains rhythmically polishing, if also patiently corroding stolid but paralyzed marble statues. Mahatma Gandhi was unusual, unmanly, undulant, wiry, a wayfarer seeming staff-wielding, expert interferer, expert at the Kodywample, i.e. moving purposefully toward a vague destination, albeit utopia. Maybe he faked the appearance of being perpetually peripheral, but he was not the sovereign gangster. No, that wanted poster suits the boss, his grim, dour demeanor, who ensured Kipling's white man's burden got borne by African porters and Indian servants through all his industriously sooty possessions, land grabs, whose imperial map showed crimson splotches wherever brown and black people could be raw materials, whose Union Jack sun rays that, unlike the Japanese Empire's equally dagger-shaped beams, injected Christ and commerce into jungle, forest, desert, and ice cap, and who demanded rubies big as eggs, elephant testicles which distilled and drunk could keep an ominous grease erect for joyous hours. Think of Yeats. Plus all the ginger, indigo, pepper, cinnamon, silk, sugar, cotton, rubber, ink, and tiger skins that could be toted, shipped, barged, and dumped, all on Thames docks at a healthy, if unholy, 200% interest, contra naturam, saith Pound, all profits to be paid out in gold bullion only, quite, so that the pirate could launder gold shower himself into a prime ministership, if never princehood, while his sons could aspire to be civil servants, simple serpents, soldier clerks with India ink indelible, plus indefatigable erasers whose trunks were fashioned from elephant trunks. And their mates were debonair Memsahibs, journeyed to India to police their men's eyes and loins, preserve them from the pure persuasion of all that multitudinous and mutinous pulchritude. Because Gandhi said niet to white supremacy in South Africa, freedom, that juggernaut jaunted eastward, due, overdue self, jolting two and more hemispheres, though Churchill denies the Indies and thinks Gandhi looks as elegant in his robes as sloughed skin. Jawaharlal Nehru had been politic, maybe a playboy, browsing a tumult of soggy bottom ladies, while Louis Mountbatten had warred, secondly for Burma, through steady summers against Japs and malaria, a bunch of sickening rah-rah Yahoo campaigns, including the Canuck sacrificial Dieppe raid he fucked up. But now he'd shutter the Raj via enlisting Rhodes scholars, formerly drunk and scuzzy in beleaguered Rhodos, but with Vicereine Edwina, the pill-popping poupée, aiding his liberation of 400 million human beings thanks to allegedly trilateral pillow talk. No one knows whether Edwina's white lace gloved hand gripped a whip in the viceroy's bedroom, or whether Nehru was a dirty mentor in love play, or whether her queening tonic breath pelted and petted the pundit's perfect no pitfall face, or whether documented quantities of touching flaunted actual unquantifiable passions, or whether their coitus, if any, purred not like a Catholic mass, but roared like elephants intercoursing with lions, or whether Nehru groused as he rode Edwina's icy crack, or whether sheets wrinkled where they wrangled, her lust rankling him as their ankles grazed, bounced,